Hello there, welcome back to my channel. It's Polar Plant Parent here, and I'm going to make I'll make some moss wraps with some of these new Haworthia that I received, and I'm also gonna pot some of them up, and I'm gonna be using moss because that's what works best for me in my grow space and my environment. But before we get started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Why not, right? It's fun, good times. All right, so we're gonna get started. Look at this. Look at this plant. How beauty is that, right? I love it. There's that one. I'll bring them close so you could see. There's this one. Really, really cool. This is a Haworthiopsis here with white streaks. It's really, really, really cool. It's got some babies too. And this little one here is gonna go into a little thing. I'll show you where I'm gonna put it. But these two here are Couperies, Haworthia Couperi. This is a white variegated, and I can't remember what this one is. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, yes, I can. So this is the white variegated Haworthia Couperi. This is Ivory Tower. This one right here. It's Haworthiopsis White Tower. I love this one. And this one here is Haworthia Pygmaea Ice City. And look at, you can see like right through those windows are huge. Look at that. How cool is that? Very, very cool. And this is just a regular Couperi truncata. Cute little thing, right? All right, so I'm trying to think, what am I gonna do? All right, this little one, since it's little, it's gonna go into this little sake cup, which I love. So that'll look nice, and it'll multiply and make a nice little cluster. So I have my moss already pre-moistened. And now I'm just going to put a little bit in here, just to line the bottom, okay? I'm gonna lay, nope, I need more in here. Put a little bit more in there like that. Gonna lay the plant in, just make sure that the roots are not squished too much. And then I'm gonna fill around it, just like this. Just a little background, the reason why I love moss is, first of all, when it dries, it becomes almost like, I guess like cardboard kind of. And I like that because it stays firm and it holds the plant in place. And if I turn it upside down, when it dries, nothing will move. If you put soil and it dries, you turn it upside down, everything will fall out. So this will be really good. The other thing is that sphagnum moss dries relatively quickly. It holds moisture for a period of time, but it also dries relatively quickly. So it's not gonna sit here sopping wet for very long. And to water these, once they're completely dry and crunchy, once that moss is crunchy, I'll put water in here, fill it up with water, dump out the excess water, done. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. These are succulent, so it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, I like to keep them hydrated and growing because I want them to pup. So as soon as they dry out, as soon as I feel this moss is completely dry and crinkly, I will then water it. The more frequently you water it and let it dry, water it, let it dry, it will grow faster, it'll stay hydrated, and it'll make a lot of pups, a lot of babies. But you don't have to. I mean, if you are the type of person that doesn't want to have to water that often or whatever, that's fine too. You don't have to. It just won't produce for you. And I want to have millions and millions. But look at how cute this is. Isn't that cool? Nice little planter. All right, that's that one. Done. Boom. All right, let's see what we got next. I don't know if I want to put this in a moss wrap or if I want to, there's a dead leaf there, or if I want to put this just in a little pot. You know what? I'm gonna put these in pots. Why not, right? I have all the pots here. Might as well. Take this one here. Now these don't have drainage holes, which is fine with me because they're terracotta. They're not sealed terracotta. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing on the terracotta to keep them waterproof, so nothing would drip out. So they will breathe, which is good for succulents in general, to use terracotta because they breathe. And they, the same thing, like I said before, they dry out quickly and it works really, really well. I mean, I've had some Haworthiopsis and Haworthia in moss for many, many, many years, and they're still going. They're still thriving. Look at that. That's going to look really nice. So now I'm going to just start stuffing this in. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Stuffing it in the sides. I'm going to lift this up just a little bit to get some moss in there around each side, and I'm making a mess, but that's okay. That's why I have a towel here. I always use towels because, well, first of all, you could see the plants better with a background of a towel, from what, you know, my experience at least. And it also is easy to clean up when you use a towel. Stuff this in like that. And then this side, again, a little bit like that. Okay. We're almost there, guys, with this one. Almost. Sorry, my hand keeps going in front of the camera. But, okay. There we go. A little more on this side. I was using a lot of moss. I didn't think it would take this much, but it's a pretty deep pot, so that's probably why. Okay, and now this will go on, I guess I'll put it over here. All right, so that should be good enough for now. Another thing, if you wanna push down the moss, you could use, and it's funny because I was just using a sake cup, but you can use a chopstick or a pencil or something and just kind of snug it in, which I'll do later. But this is gonna look nice, right? And it's even got a little flower stalk getting ready to bloom. Oh, sorry, I was too low. Little flower stalk. I'm not crazy about the flowers, they're cute, look like little tiny orchids, but I really love the foliage more than anything. Oh, look at the leaf on the inside. See this leaf that's about to come out now? It's like completely translucent. I don't know if you can see it in there, that one there. All right, this one's done. Let me see what I'm gonna do next. Yeah, these came to me bare root. That's why there's very little soil. I'm thinking of doing a wrap with this one because the roots aren't so great as far as like extensive. So I'm probably just going to do a little wrap on this one. I got my yarn right here. Okay. So how have you guys been? What's new and exciting? Tell me, do tell. It's 2025. It's a new year. Hoping for some good stuff this year. You never know. But we can only hope, right? Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Let me see. I love wrapping succulents in sphagnum moss because they respond really well to it. Again, they dry really quickly. Put this down like this. Add a little bit more, just like this. Mold it a little bit, okay? And start wrapping. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I don't have it here. Actually, I do. I'm gonna use a little bit of paper towel to keep it together. I've noticed that that really does help create the kokedama, or I don't like saying that these are actually kokedama because they're not the typical kokedama. They're more like just a moss wrap. The roots are wrapped in moss. So yeah, I don't want to say kokedama because people are looking for something different. When they see it, they're like, wait a minute, that's a kokedama? Like, well, not traditional kokedama. Okay, let's see where we are now. Okay. Now these leaves are very crunchy, like they're very fragile, so I don't want to squeeze too hard or touch them in an awkward place because I might lose some leaves. So I'm trying to do this as easy as I can without it popping out. Also, it has very few roots, so that's another thing to worry about. Of course, it will grow new roots, but I just want to do this as easy as I can. I already broke a leaf. Look at that. Look at how juicy those leaves are too inside. Juicy, juicy. Sometimes you can propagate from the leaves of Haworthia and Haworthiopsis, but usually it has to be like the full, it has to be the end has to be intact, you know, and these just aren't. So don't know what's going to happen, but I could always try. Oh, another one fell off. Very fragile, these guys. All right, almost done, almost. Okay, let me just set this down here. Get some scissors So we're gonna cut the yarn. Ta-da! Okay. Now I'm going to tuck it in to the bottom, just like this. Tuck it all the way in. And there we have it. Okay, a little bit fragile, but it will do fine. I'm gonna just put it in this one for now until it gets, actually I'm gonna put it in a bigger one. You know why? Because there's more room and it'll just sit on the leaves. So you can't even tell it's wrapped, right? But the great thing about it is to water it, it's so easy. You just lift it up, fill this with a little bit of water, let it sit and absorb, and dump the rest out, and then you're good. But look at how cool this looks. So cool. It really is cool. This video is going quickly. I feel like I gotta slow down. All right, this last one that I love is gonna go in this little pot, and this does have a little drain. No, this doesn't have a drainage hole. I thought it did. This one does not have a drainage hole, which is fine with me. I'm just gonna fill it up with some moss. Okay. Has some little pieces of perlite in here. That's all right. It's not gonna hurt anything. There it goes. All right, gonna pull out the roots a little bit and rest them on the moss and backfill the rest. Dee-dee, 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 dee. Let me know if you can see. I can't hear you. Just kidding. Yeah, but this is just, these plants are just so much fun. I have forgotten about some of them. Like I have lots and lots of Haworthiopsis, and I had forgotten about some of them, but they didn't care. They were fine. They were a little dehydrated, but they hydrate right back up when you give them some water. And I just thought, wow, I love these plants. That makes it so much easier because when you have a lot of plants, it's hard to keep up sometimes, you know, but having like a plant addiction is just, no, it's a serious thing, you know. I'm a plant hoarder. Sometimes I feel like I am, and you know what? That's okay. It's a healthy obsession, right? Could be a lot worse. And I also love talking about them, and I also want to keep my place here stocked up so that I can do these videos for you guys. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. So New York. I wouldn't have anything to talk about. All right, here we go. So this is nice and packed in, kind of. Gotta push it down a little bit. Sorry I'm in the way. My hand's in the way all the time. All right, there we go, nice and snug. Look at that. When it dries, it won't be so wobbly. It's just wobbly because it's wet and the moss is very soft. But really pretty, right? It's got these white streaks. It's like a grayish with, it's almost like either dark green with white streaks or it's gray with dark green streaks, depending on how you see it. You know what I mean? But yeah, there you go. There you go. We got 1, 2, 3, and a little baby one right there. Good times, right? Look at that. I love this little cup. This cup is awesome. Anyway, real easy peasy. If you have any questions about any of these plants, let me know. We'll talk about it. I got these on the internet because I definitely would not be able to find these types, these varieties locally, because it's they're really big in China and Korea, I think, but they're not as big as they here as they are there. I think it's gonna happen. I think that, you know, they're gonna take off because more and more people are collecting them. But yeah, I've been collecting for a long time, and more varieties are coming out because they're starting to do selective breeding, and it's just really cool. So there you have it. Any questions, reach out about the plants, about the growing in moss. Still a little bit left. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.